Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor. I hope everyone's well. I know this is very last minute. I was really compelled. Excuse me. I'm drinking coffee. I'm making the videos for this week. I'm in the middle of it. I did three. I know it's late for people. It's 9 o'clock, 9:11. Interesting. In Mexico City. All right. Hi. So I wanted to do this. Isn't going to be a tarot reading. I So I'd done a reading this week or maybe this month, I don't know. And somebody wrote about like a resentment and anger thing that they were having. And I completely understand. Hi, Tammy. How are you? So I wanted to I think I've done this on other videos, but I think this is a standalone video. This is really last minute, and I was just really compelled to do it. So I'm going to give you some tools concerning anger, resentment, or wishing ill on people. My phone is going to be going crazy. It's going to be vibrating. It's not on ring, so that's good. All right. So I'm in the middle of videos, and anyway, I'm going to move forward. So here we are. You are in a state of anger or resentment toward a person or a place or a situation. And you realize that it's really in your way, and it's you think about it all the time, you obsess about it, it brings up a lot of uncomfortable feelings, right? All right. I think anger is really is fueled, so, and it's also information. So somebody did you wrong on some level, and it could be, very recently. This could be ancient stuff. It's like, I really resent my mother, my father, la 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 la. Okay, so I have two. Well, I probably have more than two, but I have two exercises that you can do. Okay, so the first thing is you get quiet, right? And you call in your guides and angels and say, I am willing and I'm taking the action, and help me to release this, right? I call in, I go into my heart. I go into my heart, not my head, not my throat, not my third eye, not into my heart, right? And I light the light. You light the light in your heart. So it's like um, sometimes it helps to envision, right? It helps to envision. And you get quiet and you envision a light in your heart. So it could be a sparkler, it can be a light bulb, it could be like a little sun, a little mini sun, right? An orb. Whatever color comes up is the right color. There's no right and wrong. And if it doesn't come up with a color, that's fine also. There's no right and wrong. If you don't have the vision, it's like, oh, I can't visualize anything. Think of your favorite dessert. What's your favorite dessert? You think of your favorite dessert. Okay. Hi, Andrea. Thank you. Hi, Patricia. Um, okay. So you go into your heart and you go into your heart and you feel that light and you feel that comfort and that stillness, right? That stillness. And you let this light expand. Allow it to expand. Just allow it to expand. So in your mind's eye, it helps if you do it with your eyes closed, honestly. But in your mind's eye, you see it expand. So let's say it was the size of a baseball, and now it is expanding and it becomes, say, the size of a basketball. Allow it to expand and allow that love energy, the love energy that you have, right, to expand through all of you, and let it get really big. Let it get really big. So it's as if the light is so big it's like the size of a car. And there you are in the middle of it, radiating that, because this is coming from you. This is not outside of you. This is inside of you, radiating out. Okay? Just, play along. This is the love energy. Now, radiate that love. Don't take from the principal, right? Think of it like an accountant. You don't take from the principal. You radiate like the sun radiates. It's not much effort. You just intend it. That's it. All you have to do is intend. That's it. It's as simple as that. I intend. Is it working? Isn't it working? I intend it. It's working. I radiate that love down to the earth, right? I radiate it down to the earth through my chakras. You don't have to know what they are or where they are. So you see this light inside of you, and a cord or a ribbon or a string or whatever going down into the core of the earth. And you send and you radiate love to the earth. You see and feel or you understand that the earth accepted it, and she gives it back, right? She sends it back. She sends up roses or apples or flowers or, a smile or lollipops or whatever, or nothing, but you feel the energy change. You feel the energy change. And now you call in this person, or if it's an institution, think of it like if let's say you have resentment against the government or a hospital or something like that. So you see this hospital building, right? And you see it in front of you, and you see this person or this situation as being happy, as being fulfilled, as being comfortable, smiling, successful, at peace. And you don't take from the principle. This is your energy that you're just giving off. It's almost like an odor, right? I don't know what else to say. It's almost like an odor. Like a rose just is a rose, and then the perfume just sort of comes out. I don't know how it does, but it does. It's like that. Think of it like that. It's like it's floating around in the air, but the rose still remains a rose. And you send this scent. Roses are actually good because roses symbolize love, and they symbolize Venus, and they symbolize, and purity. Roses are actually great. Um, Send it, and then you see this institution or this person or this situation being happy and fulfilled and uh, whole, right? And then you place this person or this building or whatever, this situation, into a helium balloon, whatever color you want, whatever color you want. And there you are walking on a beautiful, clear day, emanating, radiating love. And you let go of the balloon. And you let go of the balloon, and you see them in their happy state going off and away. And you know how a balloon just eventually just completely disappears into the sky. It's like it just completely disappears into the sky. That is a really good exercise of how to get rid of a resentment, how to get rid of anger. It's a really good exercise, and it really works. Now, some people say, well, I did it and it didn't work. Well, then do it again. Then do it again. Sometimes it's like you have a certain dish that you cleaned, but it was like there was cheese or it was really greasy or whatever. It's like, well, I think I know I cleaned it already, but I think I have to clean it again. I think I have to clean it again. And maybe I'll use steel wool, and maybe I'll use, a new chemical, but eventually I'll get it off, and then the dish will be clean again and be, able to use it again. And if you're having like a problem with it, if you're having like um, it's like, oh, I can't do it. Well, then call on Raphael to help you. Call on Raphael because Raphael is the angel of healing. You can either call on, you can call on whoever you want, whoever works for you. I'm calling on my guardian angel. I'm calling on, Lakshmi. I'm calling on Ganesha. It doesn't matter. But for me, I call on Raphael because Raphael is the angel of healing and the one who like rebalances things. And he's very friendly anyway. Um, and say, Raphael, help me to release this toxic anger, this resentment, because I want to be free. Because I want to be free. It's not about whether they're free or not, because you already freed them. You already freed them. It's about your being free. It's about your being free. It's like, I don't really want to think about this anymore. I don't really want to feel these feelings anymore. I already felt them again and again and again, and I'm done feeling them. And now I need to move on into baking a cake or doing my nails or I don't know, something else. Something else. Oh, good. Good, Patricia. So, this sometimes we have to do it more than once, right? Sometimes we have to do it more than once. Um, because we're at this place on the planet. It's like we cannot afford to carry around stuff that doesn't fit. That's scratchy. You know what I mean? It's like you have a like. Let's say you have one of those like a really cheap wool sweater that's like this is scratchy. Every time I put this on, it's like, "Ush, ush." I'm not allergic to wool or anything, but wool has all kinds of different. There's better wool and not so good wool, right? It's a little bit like that. It's like, do I really? Ugh, ugh, right? Think of it as a scratchy sweater. It's like, why would I put on a scratchy sweater? And it's the wrong color and it doesn't fit and has a hole in it. And the button's missing. The plastic button is missing. So I just felt compelled to give you a little oomph, a little exercise that you can use that will, help you to be free. And I've sort of said, I think I've done it in another video. It's okay. See, the thing is, Tammy, if you don't have, so Tammy said when interacting with this person daily, I don't know, sometimes it comes up and it doesn't, so I want to say it. Um, I have to do this every day. Okay. Eventually, they don't hold any power. Eventually, they just don't hold any power. You know, it's sort of like you're there. It just doesn't hold any power anymore. It's almost like background noise. So if you continue to do that, and you send, and if you're sending somebody loving energy, whether they know it or not, right? Whether they participate in this kind of energy or not, they're gonna be affected somehow. They're going to be affected somehow, right? And so they might get softer and kinder. Like that's the way it works. They might get softer and kinder, or they might just realize that their anger doesn't work with you and just disappear, right? Or their anger will disappear. And I know it's not easy. And look, I've been doing this exercise on and off for oh my God, years. And there's certain old resentments that come up every so often. It's like, oh my God, I thought I let go of this. And it's like I said, sometimes you just have to wash that dish more than once. Sometimes you have to wash that dish more than once. And then I think one day, you take that dish out of the cupboard and you realize it's like, I'm not even going to hang on to this dish anymore. No, I know. I know, Andrea. I know. I understand. I understand. This is yeah, you know what okay, Andrea thinking about very old stuff goes back to childhood. Um and they popped up. The ones who pop up are the ones who are supposed to be released. You know, the ones who pop up are the ones who are supposed to be released. You know, sometimes we go through like these phases of stuff that's like really uncomfortable, and it's like it comes up to be released. Like that's the gift of it. It comes up. It's like, oh, it's actually the right time. And I never thought it was the right time, but it's like, oh, actually, it's the right time. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I have to deal with this right here and now. You know, it's sort of like a leak. You know, it's like if I don't deal with a leak, I'm going to have a flood. It's a little bit like that. Yeah, Raphael. So you know, Rophe in Hebrew means doctor. Raphael is healing of the Lord. Yeah, look up some stuff on Raphael. Raphael is green. Raphael in co-conjunction with Mother Mary is the heart center. Of course, you can see. You know that you know what's really interesting about this is my take, right? The angels are there waiting for us. They're almost like they're almost like the ones on the team that never get picked, right? They're so excited that they're on the team. They're so excited. And they have that energy of like, oh, I hope I get picked. I hope I get picked. I hope I get picked. Right? That's the energy. So then you say to them, hey, you want to play? That's their energy. So they're going to come in with a lot of enthusiasm. They're going to come in with a lot of enthusiasm and they're going to hit a home run, you know? They come with a lot of enthusiasm because it's like it's a free will zone. So unless I'm willing to say I need help or guide me, they're just going to sit back and it's like, okay, we're just going to watch them. But if you say, come here for a minute, they're like, yeah, 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 and they do what they do. I mean, I don't know what they do, but they do something. They do something. And this has really worked for me because it's really easy to sit in that and especially resentment, especially resentment, because anger is one thing. It's like, oh, my friend did something really stupid and I'm angry, but whatever, they'll come back in their stupid self and we'll be fine, we'll go to lunch, it'll be fine. But resentment is really, anger is sort of like, how dare you? And then resentment is like, how could you? How could you? It cuts it's like the knife went in deeper. Um, like the knife went in deeper. And sometimes it really goes in deep and it's like, and then, maybe on the outside it seems like it's healed, but on the inside it hasn't. And the whole point of healing is to become more whole, is to become more of who you are and be able to access the love, right? And to access the comfort and to access the understanding that you have for others and you have for yourself, right? That is really the energy. That's like the purest of the energy that makes the whole thing go round and round, right? Or backwards and forwards. You know how it goes. Sometimes it goes this way, sometimes it goes that way. So that's my little exercise for getting rid of resentment and anger. Um, yeah, thank you, Andrea. Yeah, Tammy, I have my I have my little metaphors. I try to make them pleasant. It's really what comes into my mind. Sometimes I think I should, be making cartoons because they're so wackadoo. I think it was Angel Michael too. Michael has an energy of being very, very clear and direct and sort of loud sometimes, a little bit like a strict teacher. Why didn't you do your homework? You're the smartest person in the class. It's like a little bit like that. Raphael is much softer. Michael is like, boom. It's like, yeah, that's my experience. It's like, oh, I remember I was going to take a class, and because I sort of didn't trust myself, right? And Michael comes in and said, "It's time to start trusting yourself." I was like, "Oh," and it wasn't as angry as I made it, but it was like it was very clear and direct, and there was no mistaking what he said. It was not, well, I can interpret it like this, and I can interpret it like that. It's like it's time to start trusting yourself. Like, okay, okay, or sometimes it comes in like, don't go to that party, or don't, uh, whatever, right? It's very, yes, I'm in Mexico. I'm in Mexico City. I got a temporary residency. I have a lease on this apartment for a year. Um, I'm very happy in Mexico, actually. I'm very happy in Mexico. Yeah, it's a little bit like that, Tammy. It's a little bit like Dad said so. It's a little bit like that, but in a not in a mean way, authoritative, but clear. And how sometimes when you hear something from somebody, or you hear something, and it's like you just know it's the truth. It just rings true. It's not stern. Because I exaggerate, but it's very I don't know what the word is. It's challenging, but you're up for the challenge. It's like you can do it, like that. You can do it, like that. Try again. You can do it, like that. Like, oh, okay. Like, I got you, but you need to like rely on yourself here too. A little bit like that. You understand what I'm saying? So I sincerely hope that this helped. I'm in the middle of videos, and it just came to me because I had done one of my regular readings, and somebody said something about resentment, and I was like, you need to do a video on that. You need to do it now. So that's what I did. That's what I did. That's the thing, is that as I read more and more and more and more regularly, I've become like the messages are clearer and clearer and clearer. And so now I don't, oh, I'll do it later. Oh, like, no, it said do it. So I did it, right? It said do the videos tonight. I do the videos tonight. It says, sometimes I'm in the middle of it and it says it's time to take a break. I take the break. I don't, uh, you know, I'm reverent. The truth is, even though I'm sassy, I'm hi Lauren, hi Kayenta. Um, I'm reverent. I listen. I listen and I follow the instructions because I don't always know. I don't always know. So if I opened up, um, yeah, Tammy, I don't. I'm not. It was somebody else. It wasn't from me, because usually it does. Most of my messages come from what's going on with me. But it wasn't like that today. It was like, I need to do this. I need to do this as service. Like that was the energy. It's like I need to do this as service. You know, because if one person does this exercise and it frees them, then I've done my job. Then I've done my job. Um, Yeah. And then, maybe in a week or two, I'll do another video of other exercises. Um, but this one really works. There was another one that I had in mind, but I don't know. It's floating around in the back of my head, and I can't seem to access it right now. Um, so once I re-access it, I'll do another video in a different outfit, hopefully. All right. So I just wanted to come in really quickly, and yeah, 25 minutes is plenty. All right. I'm going to get back to the readings for the weeklies. The yearlies are up for well, the yearlies are up for the general, for air and water, and then tonight I'm going to put up either earth or fire, and that'll premiere tomorrow, and then I'll do the other three. And I'm going to be doing a solstice reading, and I'm going to be doing a new moon, full moon. I don't know, something's coming. And I'm also going to be doing January, so I have a lot of videos to do. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, I intend to do more videos like this. I do. All right. Blessings. Have a lovely evening. And if you have questions, write the questions and I can answer. All right. Blessings. Have a lovely evening, everybody. And, relax, relax, relax. All right. Bye. Blessings.